As hard as it can be sometimes, I do try to ignore it and just try to do whatever's best for the kids.
The ongoing conflict between Ye, formerly known as Kanye West, his ex-wife Kim Kardashian, and Kim's new boyfriend, SNL star Pete Davidson, has somehow grown into one of the most dire, confusing things happening in today's culture. Once the most high-profile celebrity couple in the world, Kanye and Kim transitioned to living out a nasty divorce in the most public forums imaginable.
I honestly can't do this anymore. I think that why am I still in this place where I'm stuck for years?
Things became chaotic, to say the least, after Kim started dating Pete Davidson, and Ye's social media turned increasingly aggressive, including a since-deleted post calling on his fans to accost Davidson in public. So what does all this surreally intimate and disturbing celebrity drama reveal about the state of social media and fame today? Here's our take on what the Feud mirrors back to us about our cultural moment.
There are some stories that I feel transcend everything and then speak to larger conversations. The Kim Kardashian, Kanye West, Pete Davidson situation is turning into that.
This episode is sponsored by Likewise. Likewise is launching a new product, Likewise TV, a single destination where you can access all of your streaming services in one place. When I feel like watching something, I can get really overwhelmed by the endless options. There are so many streaming services, and I'm constantly bouncing between them to try to find a show or movie. Sometimes by the time I do find something, I'm too burnt out to really enjoy it. Likewise TV solves this problem. It's a personalized streaming hub that puts the shows and movies from all my streaming services together. I no longer have to rack my brain trying to remember where the movie I want to watch is streaming. I can just turn to Likewise TV. One feature I love is the Likewise TV watch list. It's a single watch list for all of my streaming services. I also love the Spotlight feature, which lets me see what's new and leaving for every streaming service so I don't have to keep up with each one individually. If you want to spend your time actually watching instead of trying to figure out what to watch, try Likewise TV today by clicking the link in the description below.
Celebrity gossip, marriages, divorces, custody battles, and so on used to play out in the pages of tabloids or in late-night talk show segments. Beefs between artists could manifest through obliquely calling out an enemy or an ex in the work, sometimes even when feuding exes were in the same band. But today, for better or worse, social media means the primary players in celebrity dramas are constantly releasing an official narrative of themselves.
I guess it's not official until you post.
The ability to instantaneously communicate or feud on social media has flattened the time frame for insults, responses, and developments, accelerating these narratives to a speed that might just be faster than any of us could ever expect to handle. Much of the Kim-Kanye-Pete drama has played out via Kanye's Instagram, whether it's in posts repeatedly expressing his desire to reunite with Kim or simply in the petty drama of unfollowing someone. Kanye, who's known to struggle with mental health issues,
this is like a sprained brain, like having a sprained ankle,
has released threatening posts toward Pete and in several cases screenshotted and shared full conversations that include Kim asking Kanye not to make these exchanges public. Everything about the breakdown of their family, from Kanye's co-parenting concerns about North being on TikTok or coming to his Sunday service to making it to Saints soccer games, has become fodder for the public narrative. He even divulged the name of his daughter's school in order to complain that it's godless. While the Kardashians are known for sharing large parts of their lives on social media and reality TV, that's on a voluntary, curated basis. And Kanye's decision to repeatedly expose private texts and information eliminates another layer of privacy and potentially security for the family. After resisting engaging in any public statements for a long time, Pete Davidson has also started to participate in constructing the narrative by leaking his own series of screenshots via a close friend where he asks Kanye to discuss these matters privately with him instead of over social media.
He sent a selfie to Kanye West, and Kanye said, "Where are you?" And he said, "I'm in your wife's bed."
Now this isn't just a family affair. An ensemble cast of celebrities are choosing to or being forced to pick sides in the Kanye Instagram extended universe, whether that's Kanye's one-time friend and collaborator Kid Cudi or comedian D.L. Hewley, who spoke in defense of Kim's safety.
He is stalking her. I don't think it's funny.
And even though West was briefly suspended from social media, the social media flame war threatens to turn into something more serious. Some of Kanye's posts have openly called for his fans to harass or potentially attack Davidson. Kanye posted a music video for his song Easy with The Game, in which a claymation version of Kanye kidnaps, then decapitates Pete.
God sent me from that crash just so I could beat Pete Davidson's ass.
Past celebrity breakdowns, even relatively recent ones, haven't had the same opportunity for immediate feedback. In fact, in many of the most iconic cases, the celebrity in question has tried to avoid the spotlight, only to be relentlessly pursued by paparazzi and representatives from the media.
What do you think it'll take to get the paparazzi to leave you alone?
I don't know.
In this case, however, Kanye has created and attempted to control the narrative himself, continuing to fuel it every time he posts. Moreover, while the nature of mass media tends to involve people moving on from particular stories after they're highlighted for a few hours, days, or weeks, Kanye has created a perpetual motion machine that keeps calling attention back to his story. There are plenty of examples of modern social media accelerating and broadcasting distorted information and specific harmful agendas. But this feud reveals the strange and scary power that individual celebrities can wield with it. There's nothing standing in the way of Ye alone giving marching orders to millions of people. As Kanye himself once put it,
No one man should have all that power.
We are seeing domestic abuse happen in public right now.
one of the most striking things about this feud is that there are thousands, if not millions, of people defending Kanye's behavior as evidence of him trying to be a good father or protect his family. Yet it's hard not to wonder how this same behavior would be interpreted if Kanye weren't rich, famous, and so widely beloved.
The difference between him and the other dude that get restraining orders on them is hundreds of millions of dollars.
Kanye's gestures have alternated between intensely, creepily romantic grand gestures that are actually invasive, like sending a truck full of roses to park outside Kim's house, to complaining in detail about how he's lost his rights as a father and openly criticizing Kim's choices as a mother. Kanye might have a lot more money than your average disgruntled ex, but the pattern of alternating between love bombing, manipulation, and aggression is more than recognizable in countless cases of domestic abuse, which can be emotional, physical, or both.
What we're seeing on this public, very, very public scale is happening in homes across America.
On The Daily Show, Trevor Noah worked through some of the ways that Kim's experience highlights the abuse that women face from former partners every day.
For one of the richest women in the world, unable to get her ex to stop texting her, to stop chasing after her, to stop harassing her.
Ironically, Kanye was finally suspended from Instagram, not because of any of the things he said about Kim, or even because of his calls to attack Pete Davidson, but because of a post responding to The Daily Show segment with a racist slur. This in itself highlights the misogyny at play and the public lack of response to protect Kim in the same way.
Society laughs it off because they said, well, she showed her ass all the time, and he's this, and he's that, and that.
Today, we're still living in a world where domestic abuse is glossed over, even in high-profile celebrity relationships. Hulu series Pam and Tommy only mentions the physical abuse in that relationship as a brief text postscript, presumably in order to keep everything on screen more palatable as a love story. In this climate, it's difficult to imagine how Kim can meaningfully respond to Kanye's harassment. As writer Lux Alptrom puts it, attempting to dominate and belittle an abuser can mean just engaging with them on their own terms. And Kim is sensitive that everything she does as such a hyper-famous person meets with scrutiny.
I used to care so much about narratives and what's true and what's not true and anything, any subject. I just live my life the way that I think is right.
Even in the midst of this feud, Kim's faced another backlash for her get up and work comments promoting her Hulu show The Kardashians, which follows the decades-long run of Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
I have the best advice for women in business. Get your f***ing ass up and work. It seems like nobody wants to work these days.
Even with so much information being thrown at us about this feud, how are we supposed to understand what's truly happening or form a fair opinion? Given how celebrity feuds operate and the interests at play in cultivating each person's image, it's hard to parse through what is real, if anything is. On one level, it's easy to see why some people aren't sympathetic to anyone involved. They're all rich and famous and frequently exploit their own lives, or at least the publicly accessible versions, as parts of a bigger sales pitch. Celebrity feuds have always been a business tactic. Kanye's own highly publicized 2007 beef with 50 Cent was a way to juice the sales of both of their records.
It was like, you're not going to want to buy the Kanye album without the 50 album, or the 50 album without the Kanye album.
In 2021, Kanye competed with Drake when they both released new albums, only to do a reunion show a few weeks later. Meanwhile, Kim Kardashian in particular has long been a poster child for the trend of using celebrity bodies to sell products, ranging from her hair, makeup, and clothing lines to her first moments of infamy, her leaked sex tape with Ray J.
I only had that one movie come out, and no one told me it was even premiering.
By now, pretty much everything about this story is refracted through so much smoke and mirrors that it's impossible to tell what's true. Kanye's brief, highly public relationship with Julia Fox might have been the pretty relatable phenomenon of trying to rush into dating someone to get back at your ex, but it also led to an Interview magazine spread of performative photos of their second date.
Would you consider yourself Ye's muse? Yeah, a little, maybe.
Meanwhile, Kim's new boyfriend is a literal branding opportunity for her.
That one, the Kim one, isn't a tattoo. It's actually a branding, like a branding.
The real story is going to be packaged as part of a story on the Kardashians.
I'm really excited about this show on Hulu because we really have no restrictions.
There are very real issues going on in the individual lives of the people involved, but for those of us on the outside, the drama resembles nothing so much as fandom wars. It's just that the brands fans are fighting for aren't Marvel or Star Wars, but individual people. Maybe nothing that celebrities do can be fully authentic in a world where fans and consumers are observing every detail, and the celebrities are well aware of that. In the end, as the public, we've still only seen a sliver of what's really going on between Kim and Kanye, and she said they talk daily.
Kanye and I will always be family.
It's a reminder that while we're consuming this as a celebrity story, it's also a complex family issue that we can never truly be part of. People have consumed the lives of other people for entertainment for pretty much the entire history of humanity.
Everyone enjoys secrets. Otherwise, why would Lady Whistledown's paper be so successful?
And yes, it often can be fun and addictive to engage in celebrity gossip, especially feuds, but it's worth remembering what we don't know and being able to recognize when things have gone too far. This particular story includes several silent participants who never consented to being celebrities in the first place: Kim and Kanye's children. When entertainment media publishes stories describing the ways that fans might have uncovered an 8-year-old's secret Instagram account, something has gone horribly wrong. So perhaps the only thing we can do as individuals is to try when we can to step back, resist the urge to fuel this debate, give people back a little bit of their privacy, and just maybe look away.
I always want my kids to just see the best of the best.
This is The Take on your favorite movies, shows, and pop culture.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.